right, everybody, welcome to the third round of the Waste Management 2025 Waste Management Open here at TPC Scottsdale. Of course, the course is not involved yet until the final round, but we're here at the third round. We'll take all the golfers that made the cut and run them through the ringer. And we also have our separate stack of 4 outstanding golfers. So we had these 4 guys, Glover, Spahn, Scheffler, and Kistner, all come up as outstanding golfers. So they're going to get their own stack to the side here as outstanding golfers. We're going to take the remaining, and I believe I counted 73 if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to have 7 other stacks of 10 each. However, the last couple stacks will have a couple extras, so to count for the 73. So we're going to, again, I'm going to give them a good shuffle before we start. And I will back the webcam up once we get going, but I'll probably do it now, I guess. Back it up just a hair so you can at least see the dice tray. That's the main thing. You got to be able to see the dice tray. Okay. All right. Give them a good cut. All right, now we count out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 40 of them right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's your first 50, which means you have 23 left. And to do them in 3 stacks, we're going to need, if we're going to have 3 stacks, then we need to see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got 1 extra. I'll put the 11th one here. So we had 3 stacks of 11, 4 stacks of 10. So that's 40 and 33 make her 73. And then we've got the 8th stack is the outstanding golfer stack. And I'll shuffle these again just to, it's kind of hard to mix up just the 4, though. There aren't that many of them. So I'm just going to have to mix them around as best I can. All right. So for the third round, we're coming over here. So it doesn't really say, I've tried to look on here, and it doesn't really say whether you do the top golfers first or, the outstanding golfers first, or whether you do whatever. So since it doesn't give me any specific directions on how to do that, I'm looking straight in the rule book. And it doesn't say. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the 2d6s again in ascending order. And we're going to start with this group here and do the placement. Now, if they get one of these little symbols here, that means they will roll later on this side for the perks and issues section. That's if we draw somebody or take somebody out that has these little symbols on it. That's the determination, are those symbols. They will be perks and issues at the end. So we'll get those going as soon as I get my little markers ready. We get our markers out that we need. And then we'll get going. I think, do I need to back this out one more? Maybe I'll back it out one. Okay, so that should be fine. The only thing not showing on camera are the D and the D minuses, and they're relevant anyway. These are the top golfers, so we'll save them for last. So I'm going to start right here with this group. Roll here, ascending order, and see what happens. We get a 23, and a 23 says, draw golfer contends with an A. Now, there are no perks on this one on the 23. There's no perk there. So when a draw golfer contends with an A. So the draw golfer is whoever's on top. They contend with an A. And that is going to be David Lipsky. He contends with an A. All right. And then it says others contend with B+. So everybody left contends with a B+, which means they're not out of it, but they could come in late in the round and make some noise. Sepp Straka, Fishburne, Echeverria, Whaley, Connors, Stevens, Goddard, Clanton, and Fowler all finished with B+. All right, the next group, we get a 35. 35 says draw golfer contends with A. Again, there's no perk on this one. Draw golfer contends with A. So who is the draw golfer? That is David Skins. He contends with an A as well. So Skins contends with an A. And then on to 35, it says top golfer contends with A-. And the low golfer, I'm sorry, there is no low golfer. Top golfer contends with A-. Everybody else contends with a B. So top golfer gets the A- category. And the top golfer on this grouping appears to be Bridgman because he's a 2C. Everybody else is higher than that. So McCarthy, Hoffman, Grillo, M, Sig, Perez, Harmon, and Cole all get Bs. All qualify with B. And Bridgman qualifies, 35, he qualifies with A-. So he gets here in the A- category. Move these out of the way. So Bridgman is an A-. And our goal is to get 12 golfers contending. That's what we want. All right, next grouping. 35, didn't we just have that? I think we just did. Same thing. Top draw golfer contends with A. Top golfer A-. Everybody else is a B. So contending with an A is going to be Kurt Kitayama. Top golfer will contend with A-. And the top golfer, according to this, so far is Mackenzie Hughes, unless somebody beats him out. And Rico Hoey beat him out. So Rico Hoey will contend with an A- since he is a 2C. And all these guys, Hughes, Wallace, Mullinax, Kim, Riley, Kappen, Swenson, and Grayerson, all contend with Bs. Whoops. They all have Bs here. All right, now we go to the next group, and this is the last group of 7, I think. The other 3 will have, group of 10. The other group will have 11, I think. All right. So, 66. This could be interesting. Top golfer contends with B+. Wow. Top golfer with B+. Whoever the top golfer is the B+ section. And let's see who that's supposed to be. Matty Schmid's the top golfer right now. No, Justin Thomas is the top golfer. So Justin Thomas is the top golfer, and he contends with the B+. So he's in the B+ section. But as a 1C, he's got a good chance if there is a late charge, he could be the one making it. All right, the lowest golfer finishes at D-. The low golfer, Matthew Pavon's a 7. So Pavon will get the D-. And then everybody else finishes with a C. Hogue, Ballister, Van Ruin, Knapp, Kim, Bez, Matty Schmid, and Balimaki. They all finish with regular C's. And their day is, or their tournament is over. Now we go to this grouping. We get a 15. 15 says draw golfer contends, and we finally get our first perk. So the draw golfer will contend with an A and get a perk. So whoever this person around the top of the stack, whoever we draw, will contend with an A and roll for a perk. And that's going to be Ashke Batia. He will go for a perk at the end. 15. Top golfer contends with A-. So who is the top golfer left to contend with an A-? We get Maverick McNeely. Matsuyama is a 2C, but he's a 5C in the 3rd round. He wouldn't beat the 2A anyway. So 2A appear, but Cameron Young does. Cameron Young is a 3C, but in the third round, he is a 1C. So Cameron Young will beat out last week's winner, Maverick McNeely. He was not lucky this time like he was last week. And Ben Griffin is a 1B. So actually, Ben Griffin beats out Cam Young. How about that? Because Ben Griffin is a 1B in the third round. Young's a 1C, but last time I checked, 1B beats out 1C. So rest of the group finishes with a C-. That's terrible. So poor Cam Young and Maverick McNeely, Ramey, Matsuyama, Griffin, Smalley, Snedeker, Cawley, and Rogers all finished with a C-. Tough break for them. 2 groups left, and then the final group of the outstanding golfers. So we get an 11. And 11 says top golfer contends with an A+ and gets a perk. So the top golfer is going to be the leader, at least for now, and contend with an A+ with a perk. Everybody else contends with a B+. So let's see who the top golfer of this group is. Top golfer, right now it's Sam Burns and Robert McIntyre. They'll have to have a roll-off if they tie. And it looks like to be the case. Yep, we're going to have a roll-off between these two to see who it is. It's one of those two. Everybody else contends with the B+, so Hardy, the Bjornsson, Moore, Ventura, Fitzpatrick, Hitzachun, Lee, Gordon, and Montgomery all do B+. Now we're going to roll for this. The winner of the rollout with the decider die is going to be in the A+ category and will roll for the perk and issue chart. The one that doesn't make it will fall into the B+ category. So we're rolling for Burns. A dot, he makes it. Blank, he doesn't. He doesn't. Now, if McIntyre gets a dot, he makes it. And McIntyre is the one. So McIntyre gets the A+ category and gets to roll for a perk. Sam Burns, he will go to the B+ category. So the last of the non-top golfer, last of the non-outstanding golfers, easy for me to say. Coming up, 36. 36. Top golfer contends with A-. There are no perks on this one. So top golfer contends with A-. The top golfer. Right now it's Novak. Can anybody beat Novak? Yep. No, McCarthy cannot. He's a 1C, but he's a 4C in the third round, so he does not make it. 3C, 5B, 7C. Yep. So Andrew Novak is the top golfer of the group, and he contends with an A-. He does not roll for a perk, though. Low golfer is D-. Low golfer is going to be Swenson and Malnati, so we'll roll them off. The dot goes to the D-, the blank doesn't. So let's see if Swenson gets a blank, he doesn't have to go there. Oh, they both got it. So let's try again. Malnati got it. Swenson did not. So Malnati will go to the D- section. Swenson will join his compadres. Now I'm trying to remember what number I rolled here. Let's see here. I think it was 36. They finished with C-. So Shank, Taylor, Dahman, Poston, McCarthy, Clark, McGreevy, Seamus Power, and Swenson all end up with a final score of C-. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we have 4 outstanding golfers. I'm going to roll for the outstanding golfer and see what happens with that. All right. We get a 16. Well, it's 16. You know what? I'm going to re-roll it because it didn't show up on the camera, and I don't want anybody to think I'm fudging it. Try it again. 35. Okay. 35. Draw golfer contends with A. All right. So the draw golfer contends with an A, which will put him in this category. And that is Lucas Glover. He contends with an A. Let's see here. There are no perks for that. The top golfer contends with A-. So the top golfer, A- is Scotty Scheffler. And then these two guys, Spawn and Kisner, contend with Bs, plain old Bs. So Kisner and Spawn, they get the B category. All right, so we have only two guys rolling for perks and issues. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Need one more guy. So we're going to go to our B pluses and take out the top rated golfer, and he will contend with the rest of the group. Right now it's Justin Thomas, unless somebody else can beat him out. 1C, can anybody beat out a 1C? I don't think that's going to happen here. Don't see it as a 2C, but not a 1C. So Justin Thomas will eke in, but he will be a B plus. So he will be at the tail end of the scoring of the top 12, but he's in the top 12, so that's, something, I guess. All right, now we need to roll for the perks and issues for the couple of golfers that are here. We're going to roll perks and issues. So we'll start with our leader, and he is the tournament leader right now, Robert McIntyre. No matter what he rolls on his final score, he will be the leader going into the fourth round. So McIntyre, we will roll black and white, but I'm not going to read them in ascending order. The black's going to say which number we're on, and the white's going to be what row within that subset we're on. So we're going to roll for McIntyre, and he gets a 6 and a 1. So he gains the sun equality. So McIntyre gains the sun equality on the 6 and the 1. So McIntyre gains the sun equality. So we'll put McIntyre down as sunny. So McIntyre is going to be sunny for the round. All right, last guy to check is Batia. And that is a 2 and a 6 for Batia. 2 and a 6, gain extra control. He's going to gain extra control, which means on white die rolls of 4, regardless what the course does, it will give him control. So Batia will gain the extra control. So Batia, extra control. All right. So now we need to get our scores. And the way we do that, well, first we bring out our score sheet. This is the score sheet for the 2025 Waste Management. And the winning score in real world by Thomas Dietrich was 260. So that's what we're going to use as a benchmark for the scoring here. We're going to use the under 263. So McIntyre's an A plus is either going to be a 193. I don't see it very well. Either a 193 or a 194 based on the decider die. If he gets the dot, he's a 193. If he gets a blank, he's a 194. He's a 193, so he's going to have at least a 2-shot lead going into the final round. He is a 193. All right, now we're going to go to the A categories. We'll start with Lipsky. And the decider die for the A's is 195. The blank is 196. So everybody here, we're going to have 6 golfers in the A group. All those with dots get 195. The blanks get 196. So we start with Lipsky. He's a blank. We go to Skins. He's a 195, so he'll be in the last group. So Skins gets a 195, 2 shots back. Now, next up is Kitayama. He's a 195, so the final group is now set. McIntyre, Skins, and Kitayama are in the final group of the day. All right, now we go to Batia. He is on the be a 196. Ben Griffin a 196, and lastly, Lucas Glover, well, all those guys are 196. So Lipsky, Batia, Griffin, and Glover are all 196. They're all going to be tied for third, or actually tied for fourth. A four-way tie for fourth place at 196, 3 shots back. And I'll put them in the order that they're on the how they were picked out. So Lipsky is the first one in the 196 grouping. Lipsky. And then Batia. And now I can put in Batia getting the extra control. I know exactly where he is on the score sheet. I can make that note. Extra control. So Lipsky, Batia, and Griffin will be in the next to last group. Leading the second group will be Lucas Glover, as he is the last of the 196s. All right, now we go to the A minuses. And on A minus, 197 for a dot. And I don't know, it's in blue, so it's kind of hard to see it. 197 for a dot and 198 without the dot. We start with Bridgman. He's a 198. Hoey, he's a 198. Novak, he's a 198. Scotty Scheffler, they're all 198s. Wow. Nobody got that. That's wild. 4 rolls on the sire die and nobody got it. So they all are 198, 5 shots back. 198. So we're going to have Bridgman, and these guys are tied for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tied for 8th place. 4-way tie for 8th. It's going to be Bridgman, Hoey, Novak, and Scheffler. So playing with Glover will be Bridgman and Hoey. And on the final group out, it'll be Novak, Scheffler, and Thomas. They will be the first group out. Now the only thing left to do is get Thomas's score. And as a B plus, it's a 199 with a dot or 200 without the dot. It's going to have to be 199 because if he got 200, he'd be 7 shots out. So we're going to give him the 199 just so he can stay in contention. But he is teetering. Thomas is definitely teetering there. So there is your filled-in score sheet with the 4 threesomes. McIntyre has the sunny quality. Batia has extra control. And there you can see the scoring. With McIntyre a 2-shot lead over Skins and Kitayama. 3-shot lead over Lipsky, Batia, Griffin, and Glover. 5-shot lead over Bridgman, Hoey, Novak, and Scheffler. And a 6-shot lead over Thomas. So that's what we have going into the final round of the Waste Management Open. That's what we will have. So what I will do before the live stream of the final round is I will play all the front 9 for everybody, and that's going to put the first group will be starting their 12th hole. I'm sorry, we'll be starting the 13th hole. So once the first group finishes 12 holes, and we get to them starting the 13th hole, where the last group's going to start their 10th hole, that's why I'll pick up the live coverage. All this other stuff I'll play offline and figure out what's going on and get updated up-to-the-minute standings. So before we finish, let's finish out. First of all, I want to keep the B pluses handy because the B pluses or the Bs, either one, I'll keep them both handy because some of these guys could contend later on as a late charge. All the other guys, I'll keep the alphabets where they need to be, so I know how to do the scoring. Take them off to the side, so we know that A minus here, well, we don't even need that anymore because we know the scores now. So we know McIntyre is your leader with a score of 193. Skins and Kitayama are 2 shots back at 195. Let's move this out of the way. 2 shots back at 195. We have a 4-way tie, 3 shots back, and that includes Lipsky, Batia, Griffin, and Glover. So these guys are 3 shots back. 5 shots back is Bridgman, Hoey, Novak, and Scheffler. And 6 shots back is Justin Thomas. So that's where we stand. If I can get this to go up a little bit further here. That's where we are. That's how we're going to start. This is how we're going to start the, it doesn't cut some off there, so I can't do that. So there we go. So that's how we're going to start the 4th round. Nobody has assigned any chips. Nobody got any chips in the perk category. Nobody's lucky, so nobody's starting with any chips. They'll have to earn those along the way. Batia will have his extra control, and McIntyre will be sunny. Other than that, everybody else is going normal. I don't believe there was any. I'll double check the last from the previous tournament. My till further notice things, I don't think there's anything going on with that, but I will double check it, make sure nobody that's in the final 12 has anything going with those. I know that Morikawa starts with the red chip every time, but he's not in this. So, and actually, Justin Thomas is sunny, so I got to write that in. He has a sunny till further notice category. So Justin Thomas is sunny. Will it do him any good? I don't know, but he is sunny. So if it gets to a mood chart, check. Thomas will be sunny, but then again, he's got to make sure he doesn't fall out of contention. If he bogeys the first hole, he's out. I mean, anything that puts him 7 shots back, he is out. So he plays. Justin Thomas will play 4 holes before the leader, McIntyre, tees off. So he's got to play the first 4 holes at even par or better and without falling one over at any point, or else he will fall off contention. So that's what we have. As we look forward to the final round on Saturday, that will be a live stream Saturday night, roughly around 8 o'clock. I mean, give or take a few minutes there, but somewhere around 8 o'clock is what I'm guessing. But there you go. You can see what we have, and that's what we have. Those are the leaders. And that's going to do it for round 3 of the Phoenix Waste Management Open at the TPC Scottsdale. And again, the guy who won the tournament Real World, Thomas Dietrich, did not make the cut. So we'll definitely have a different winner than what they had in the real tournament. But that's the way the dice goes. And I mean, that's pretty much what it's going to, I mean, the odds of the guy who won the tournament Real World winning the tournament in History Maker Golf is probably not very good. It's probably not very good. So, you know, nothing unusual about him not making it. I do have the B pluses and the B's handy, both of them, because you could get on the 15th hole. When the leaders get to the 15th hole, there is a chart that talks about merging contenders making a charge, and that is right here, merging contenders, or emerging contenders, I should say. So we're going to have one D6 roll, and it could be a top golfer B plus or B. Any of those golfers, if we roll 11 through 16, we check and see if, you know, which golfer might be making a charge there. So that's going to do it from here. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however choose to play it, and I'll see you all down the road.